back to the channel. This is the Bullet 350. You know, there's a fact about the Bullet is that if you visit any small village or town in India, even like the tier 3, tier 4 cities, you tell them that you have a Royal Enfield, nobody would actually know it. You know, you ride a Meteor, you ride a Continental GT or Interceptor, Super Meteor, Classic, whatever. If it's a Royal Enfield, it is a Bullet. And that's how popular this motorcycle is. Other than the fact that Royal Enfield is the oldest motorcycle brand in the whole world, the Bullet is actually the oldest motorcycle in production, and this has been in production from the last over 6 decades. So it has completed more than 60 years, and that's how popular this motorcycle is. And this badge that you see here, the word Bullet, this describes Royal Enfield. As I said, you tell anybody I ride a Royal Enfield, they will ask what bike is that. You say Bullet, everybody will recognize this is the silhouette, this is the badging, this is the pinstripe that you get. Everybody knows that it's a Bullet with the tiger eye headlight and the entire silhouette, entire design. Everybody knows it's a Bullet. Now, this is in its latest format now. This is a brand new engine. Again, this is shared with the Classic as well as the Meteor 350. And the chassis as well, the frame entire, the whole thing is shared with the Classic. Let's take a look at what is changed on this, what is new, and does it still feel like a Bullet, the way an original Bullet which is made like a gun, does it feel like that or not? So this engine and this entire chassis, the platform that you're seeing, again, this is common on Classic as well as on this. There are absolutely no changes, be in the external or the internals, the gear ratios, everything is exactly the same how it is on the Classic. The only way you can differentiate a Bullet against a Classic is with the silhouette, with this, you know, metal badging on the fuel tank, this metal badging on the side panels, and the way this handlebar is. This is how you describe a Bullet. This is the only differentiator. You know, the tank design, again, this is a lot more different from the Classic. It does not have the exact same shape. It has its own shape. That's how we'll define the Bullet, and that's what makes it different. Engine wise, power, fuel economy, torque, usability, they're all the same. In fact, even the ride quality is nearly the same. The only difference when you sit on these motorcycles is that on the Bullet 350, the handlebar is slightly bigger, and then it is not inclined towards that. It's actually more upright, more straight. So at my height of 5 feet 8 inches, my arms are a little bit bent. If you are a shorter rider or somebody who has, you know, shorter arms, then in that case this would feel quite straight. And this has the Classic silhouette, the Classic riding posture of a Bullet. You sit on the bike, unlike the Classic, where you actually sink in. The Meteor, you're like completely down on the inside the bike, right? This has that upright feel. You feel like I'm the king of the road. Plus, that's complemented with this engine, the torquey motor, and the exhaust note that it produces. That makes things totally different than any motorcycle in the market. And the Bullet comes in 3 variants. You have the plain solid color without the pinstripe. So those actually, they look more like the Electra that they have been discontinued now. But then, yeah, they are named as, they're badged as the Bullet. So they do not have the pinstripe, they don't have the metal badging. Then you have the middle variant in which you get this metal badging here and the entire chrome finish. And then you get a dual disc variant as well. There is a single disc which has only the front disc motor. And then you have the top of the line, which is the matte black one, in which the entire exhaust, the engine case, this is all completely blacked out. It comes in matte plus glossy finish and looks very beautiful, especially the matte finish that it has on the fuel tank and other parts. It's fabulous to touch. I mean, if I were to pick a Bullet, I would close my eyes blindly. I'll go and pick that Bullet. That is so beautiful and it looks so gorgeous. Now, in terms of hardware, the features, you know, it doesn't get anything fancy. So on the front you have this disc brake, which is common in this as well as on the Classic and other models. On the motor front, again, it's the same thing. The 350cc air-cooled motor makes about 21 bhp and approximately 28 newton meters of torque. The good thing is that, you know, in this engine the torque is available at lower revs, so you do not have to keep downshifting when you are in city traffic or anywhere else. You can just open the throttle and the bike immediately responds. Now this is a dual channel ABS version because this has disc on the front as well as on the rear. And the instrument console, it's quite basic. It's a nice analog looking display. It has speedometer, that is all. On the digital front, it's a very tiny display. You don't get a lot of information other than your trip meter and the fuel meter that it has. In my experience, the fuel meter, it's not very accurate because when the bike goes over some potholes or speed breakers, when the bike is a little bit leaning, the fuel sensor actually doesn't work as good, and it starts to show random readings. So that's something which Royal Enfield can actually improve. Other than that, the seat is nice, big, flat, it's wide, there's a lot of space for the rider, there's a good amount of space for the pillion as well. And the rear is something which is not very reminiscent of the previous generation Bullet that it actually replaces, because although the housing of the tail lamp is slightly different, but the tail lamp design is exactly the same as you get on the Classic. I believe, I would have loved to see that boxy kind of a squarish, design that Royal Enfield was previously having on the Bullet. That would have given it a different identity altogether. However, the side panel, the rear mud flap that you're seeing, this whole mud guard, again, it's in metal, and this has this squarish kind of a design that makes it different, looking different from the Classic. This starts at 1,72,000 ex-showroom, which is nearly at the same price as the top of the line Hunter. And the top of the line of the Bullet, it overlaps with the Classic 350, which is, I think this is about 8,000 rupees, maybe cheaper than the Classic top of the line. So it actually overlaps with both the motorcycles, the smaller Hunter and its sibling, the Classic 350. So in case if you're looking to buy one, I would, as I said, I would pick up the black one. I mean, it's your choice which color you would want. This is the brown. This looks very beautiful as well, especially this whole golden detailing that they have done. It's quite beautiful. And yeah, this is a Bullet, so it's like you sit, your passenger sits, you have 10 more people sitting on the motorcycle the way the Indian Armed Forces guy do, and the bike will do everything that you want it to do. It will not complain. So that's what the Bullet is, the old beautiful retro design, the way the Bullet has always been known for. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope that this video comes out to be of some help, and in case if it does, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again in another one. Until then, stay safe, ride safe, and God bless you all. Bye bye.